Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. In the last episode, Hakumen conquered his own demons and the shade of his past in the form of his old identity of Jin Kisuragi of the Novus Orbis Librarium. In the wake of that release, he was brought back to reality by none other than Kokonoe, who pretty much revealed what Hakumen suspected, that the only reason that she even considers his existence is because of the armor that he wears, the Sakashin Susanoo unit, which we actually don't quite know its capabilities and indeed the extent of its limitations, but it is something that Kokonoe has been working to harness for a very long time, to the point where she considers the Susanoo unit to be probably even more valuable than Ragnar's Azure Grimoire, given her attitude towards it. But speaking of devils, we are here ready to do battle with Iron Tiger yet again. This time in pursuit of the truth behind Hakumen's story, even though we already explored one such truth. Yeah, let's see how you work, Red Devil. It's time to see if your power can truly stand up to Hakumen after all. Yeah, need Megatama to actually use Hakumen's abilities. And there's the God Slash, or the God Strike, I believe. Yeah. Consider this a friendly sparring match, Tiger.
Atomic Collider! I dare you!
Forgive me for my lack of commentary there, but just letting these two titans duke it out.
I dare you!
Let's see what you can do, Mr. Red Devil. Let us see your power at work. I'm waiting.
Eat this!
It doesn't look like he's going to unleash his distortion drive anytime soon, which is kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping for that, but
I knew there was much missing, but this...
yeah, it seems that the tables have turned. Hakumen has been bested by Tiger of Sector 7.
That's all you've got? For one of the 6 heroes?
Well, to be fair, Hakumen at this stage actually still does not actually technically have much of his vaunted strength. And needless to say, the causal phenomena keeping him in place is still fairly unstable.
I should like another opportunity to prove myself, but I do not think I will be granted one.
I doubt that Kokonoe would do that for you, Hakumen.
What is it? What's happening?
Ooh, and that's bad, because that's the cauldron about to awaken.
Where will I find myself this time? Shall I return to the edge again? Or perhaps to the depths of the boundary?
Those are two very real possibilities there, Hakumen. And with that, he vanishes, leaving Iron Tiger to deal with the cauldron. But it seems that we haven't been whisked away to the boundary, nor to the past or the future, but to a very different place entirely.
What an unusual guest. Aren't you a little early for tea?
Perhaps, if you were not the one that brought us here.
You!
I must say, your performance was rather lacking. Do you miss being a hero that much?
Curious sentiment coming from you, Rachel Alucard. But then again, given the revelations that we have uncovered thus far, it seems that Hakumen's, well, physicality is losing its substance.
You've been in the Boundary too long. Your will has begun to seep away. I don't know how you've managed to sustain your body in such good condition. I must admit, I'm impressed.
A rare admittance there from Rachel of all people, but I think it has to do with the Susanoo unit that you bestowed to Hakumen when you encountered him all those centuries ago.
Empty flattery does not suit you, nor will it serve your purpose.
If you have the energy to act tough, perhaps there is hope for you yet. Stand before me, hero, like you once did.
With Rachel's words, Hakumen's will is back in full force.
I am the Blade of Justice. Summon Yuki. Rod. Brother. Beast.
But it seems that this time the demon within Hakumen's heart of Jin Kisaragi's personality still yet remains, broken as he is.
Oh dear. It would appear your memory has been damaged. Are you quite all right? You are behaving rather nicely. Very well. Keep it up and I shall reward you with a treat, and perhaps a delicious cup of tea as well.
You say mockingly, even knowing that Hakumen can never remove that faceplate.
With blade in hand shall I reap the sins of this world and cleanse it in the fires of destruction. Such has been my fate since the day of my birth. I am Hakumen. The end has come.
There is Hakumen still trying to assert his will over reality. And it is time to face off against Rachel Alucard. To prove himself yet again.
The wheel of fate is turning.
And hopefully prove ourselves we shall.
Rebel. 1. Action!
Back here. Back here, vampire. Ooh. No sir, no ma'am. Ooh, got caught by George there, unfortunate. Oh, and there's that Drosophila. Caught again. That's bad! That's bad! Get away! Oh no! That's terrible. Double teamed by both the lightning. Get back here! No! I was looking forward to doing that a second time. I'm so glad that I actually managed to survive that.
You've done quite well. A promise is a promise. Here is your reward. A reprieve.
A reprieve, you say? That doesn't seem like much of a reward. We did take a bit of a beating, and we were still in very unstable condition, but we did manage to prevail. And what just happened?
That should stitch you back together, for a while at any rate.
I am in your debt, creature of the night.
You owe me nothing. You've earned it.
Now that is interesting. It seems that Rachel has used her power to maintain Hakumen's corporeal form, at least for the moment. And something tells me that Kokonoe isn't going to like that fact one small bit.
Then we shall meet again.
No, of that I have no doubt. And off we go.
What on earth was so urgent? He didn't even drink his tea.
I have arrived.
And we are back in the depths of the cauldron yet again.
Concentration is nearly 20%. This should be sufficient.
Is that referring to Sita or the Susanoo unit?
The time is at hand. It will begin soon, and that beginning.
Indeed, as Hakumen readies his blade for the awakening of the cauldron, and the events that will ultimately lead to his rebirth to begin with, the transformation from Jin Kisuragi to Hakumen of the Six Heroes.
Will herald the end.
Indeed it shall. The end is but the beginning.
I am Hakumen! The end has come!
Indeed it has, and not a moment too soon, I might add. And that is the end of Atonement Hero, Hakumen Stories, the true ending. And with that, we have but one final story before us. But we are not at the end yet. So when we return, adventurers, we shall delve into the story of the Murakumo Unit Nu 13. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.